G'day, g'day, g'day. Today's Thursday. We are going to cultivate awareness and we're going to reflect on yesterday, which was elevating language. So I'm going to look to cultivate awareness through elevating my language. This is my challenge and I'm hoping to share it with you. If you're listening on, I like to share 3 stories a day. And the first one will be about subtitles and why in this day and age on technology, more people are turning to subtitles. It speaks volumes about listening skills, doesn't it? Then followers on this app and followers in life. When they don't share their story with you, can you trust them? Are they bots? Who knows? And then becoming aware of the freedom of choice. Do you feel you have to do something or do you appreciate you choose to do it? Let me know what you think and hang around for the full version. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Do you feel like there's never enough time in the day? Are you struggling to switch off from work, the internet, and social media? It's time to reconnect with family, friends, colleagues, and most importantly, yourself. Join the Be More Social Daily Challenge. Just 10 minutes a day to recharge, gain more energy, and enjoy what matters most. Let's begin.
Welcome back. Yes, interesting little take there from our voiceover guy. We're going to explore Thursday and cultivating awareness. So what does that mean? Different people have different interpretations of awareness. I like to talk about things in 3s. So we look at you don't know what you don't know. That is unconscious incompetence. Okay? Depending on which way you want to hear it, you don't know what you don't know. Too many people in this day and age get caught up by what they don't know they don't know. So I like to live in the other 2 worlds, the other 2 levels. And when I meet people on the street, when I'm being more social, people bring into my realm what I didn't know, because how am I meant to know? So we're going to look at levels 2 and 3. And this is how you can incorporate it into your daily challenge. You don't know what you don't know is number 1. You know what you don't know is number 2, which is conscious incompetence. Now, I speak about this quite often. Incompetent. People, they push back on that word. It sort of suggests that you're unintelligent or lacking in some way. I use the example, I don't know how to speak Russian. That doesn't make me unintelligent and it doesn't make me lacking. I don't know how to speak Russian. There are things I know I don't know and I want to bring them into conscious competence. That's level 1. You know what you know. These are your skills. These are your strengths. It's all about how are you going to shift those into a more empowering way of doing that. I do it through elevating my language. A really good example, when people say, I have to do this, I have to go to work. Do you really have to? Or is it a choice? Do you choose to go to work? Do you choose to have to do that other thing? I even said that in there. Do you choose to have to do that other thing? How are you interpreting this? How are you using language? How are you using choice? Because at the end of the day, it is your choice. Makes sense, doesn't it? So, in the brief short intro, I talked about subtitles. And it fascinates me how the younger generations are watching more content with subtitles. What does that say about humanity? Are we not listening anymore? Do we not use our ears to actually listen to the message? Are we so distracted that we need to actually see the word on the page? Doesn't that distract you from everything going on? My body language. If I had subtitles here, would you be paying attention to the computer or the hats or the rug or the cupboard? Because when I share this with you, I'm more than just the written word. It's the tone I use. It's my body language. It's my surroundings. That's how we connect with people. That's how we be more social. So do you really need subtitles? I pondered and heard through other content creators that subtitles will increase your views. They'll increase your followers. I want followers that are listening to the message, that are seeing what's going on around them, that are aware, they're consciously competent of their surroundings. And if you're not sure how, simply turn the subtitles off. I might throw the odd word up on the screen, but that could be to disrupt you, to wake you up. There could be something important there that I've said. It's your choice. And that's where we get into choice. As a new content creator on this app or this platform, I've found more and more people following me, more and more people sending me messages. Now, I appreciate I'm a man. I'm not going to necessarily know what the account is like of another woman or a young girl. This concerns me in the sense that as a boy or as a man, I can create content on here and I have no idea who is following, who is approaching me. 95% of the messages are from women or what appear to be women. They could be bots. They could be men dressed up in sheep's clothing. They could be anyone. And they send a message, hi, how are you? Hi, good looking. Hi, Danny. I'm not sharing this with you to boost my ego. I'm sharing this with you because of my concern of what teenage boys might be experiencing. This false sense of bravado that all of a sudden I have this connection with all these people online, don't really know if they truly exist. That's a scary thought. So how do I work around that? I'll click on their profile photo, I'll try and read their bio, I'll try and get a feel for their videos or their content. I make a choice whether I think they're worth following back. The security or the safety or the fear inside of me, a lot of the time says, no, I shouldn't follow that person. There's something just not right. I know I don't know who this person is. I'd love to know who they are. What happens if I reply to that message? Hey, awesome. Hey, good looking. Hi, how are you? I'm choosing to respond, or I'm choosing not to respond. I don't have to respond. I don't have to not respond. It's my choice. I'm learning who to respond to. Should I respond to everyone? Because that will mean a lot of time spent commenting and replying, which may not allow me to create more content, which is my purpose, to be more social. As I do every morning, I go for a walk with Pip and we explore the world. I say g'day to every person I possibly can. I connect with people in real life. I met this guy today, Shannon, up from Victoria on holidays with his wife and child. They were still asleep in bed. He was embracing the rise of the day. We talked about business, we talked about life, we talked about family, we talked about growing up with parents that just let us go out in the morning and come back when the sun went down. There were no devices, there was no email, there was no social media. It was just purely connecting with others, whether it was a mate next door or in another suburb. You would need to go and connect. You would need to go and be more social. I am who I am because of how I was raised and how I brought myself up. That applies to you as a parent, and it applies to you as a person, and it applies to your children. It applies to our teenagers. It applies to the leaders of the future, whether it's in my country or yours, whether it's in my world or whether it's in yours. We need to be more social. How do we do that? I'm doing it here. Doesn't matter which platform you're watching this on. This is my attempt to be more social. No, not a 1-minute video. No, not a 10-minute video. Maybe not even a 30-minute podcast. If you look at the time frame over 24 hours, That's 41 minutes of my day. That is a very small fraction of my day. The rest of it, I'm out being more social, connecting with people, whether it's at work, whether it's out on the street, or whether it's at home with your family. You know what? Even if it's with yourself, what is that self-talk going on inside your head? How many conversations do you have with yourself every day, every minute? If you've been following my path or my journey or my challenge, you'll see how my communication has improved. I have so much to talk about, but imagine this. I'm just sharing with you one thought. There are hundreds, if not millions, of thoughts going on in my head. How about you? Really love to hear your thoughts. How are you going to be more social? Share with me anything, something. I want to hear from you. And if you do, take on the 7-day challenge to be more social. Use the 7 daily routines I use, or find your own. There's plenty of people on this app reporting on day 41 and day 72, and that's their habit. That's how they use empowering language. That's how they become aware of their surroundings. That's how they sharpen their focus. They clarify their purpose. They understand the learning process. And then they're sharing it on these apps. Really, really powerful stuff. What a great challenge. That's life. And I love life. That's about it from me today. That's Thursday. Cultivate Awareness. Hang around tomorrow for sharpened focus. That's it. All the best. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening as we take on the Be More Social challenge. Join Danny Crouch tomorrow as he shares his journey, and we hope you'll join in too. Drop a comment below. Tell us how it's going, ask questions, and share your insights. Find more details in the description or at chooseyourchapter.com.au. Let's make time, boost energy, and aim to be more social today.